Salam and shalom, my fellow Antifa. It is a lovely foggy day, -1 here in Brexit land, COVID kingdom. It is a truly glorious time to be alive, and I'm just going to give you a quick update. There is not a huge amount to report, but I am approximately 6 months post-op, more or less. I don't know, am I even counting anymore? It's about 6 months. I'm approximately 6 months. I've had a couple of delays, one of which is definitely worth talking about. One of them is kind of neither here nor there. We've had another lockdown, COVID lockdown-ish. Kind of a lockdown, kind of not. Essentially, gyms are closed, so I'm not able to see my physiotherapist in person, which I suspect will delay my discharge. Unless he wants to discharge me over Zoom, he can do that, I suppose. It's not as good, but what is these days? That's something which we just have to live with. The other delay is essentially because of a minor injury that I've had in the knee. Not the knee that's been operated on most recently, but the other knee, the left knee, which is the one that was operated on approximately 7 or 8 years ago, which I believe is the worst out of the two. It's the one that suffered the most dislocations. And the issue with suffering lots of dislocations is that your cartilage on the joint wears thin. So long term, that means that osteoarthritis is a very real possibility for me. In the short term, it means that any explosive, high impact action that I take, whether that be box jumps or trampolining or hopping on the spot, normal-ish activities which most people can take for granted depending on your relative level of fitness. It's if I overdo it, which I've kind of had to because I'm doing it as part of my physio, I'm going to end up with inflammation. I might not necessarily get pain, but I'm going to end up with inflammation. This is something that happens to me if I just go on a trampoline for too long. I can go on a trampoline for a little bit, but if I go on it for too long, I'll be fine, and then the next day I'll find that my knees are inflamed, and that's just because I just don't have the kind of padding in the joint that most people have. So I ended up getting really visible inflammation in the left knee, which I mentioned to my physio. I sent him an email and mentioned it to him. He recommended that I take a rest from doing any more plyometrics until that goes down. So I gave it a few days, let it go down. I still did a little bit of weightlifting. It's not explosive, it's not high impact, so it doesn't have the same kind of wearing effect on the joint. I've had my few days, it's gone down a little bit, and now I'm back to it. It feels okay so far. It doesn't feel that it's gone back to being inflamed again. I do take precautions not to put as much impact through the knee as I might otherwise. I do try to, I jog on the grass, I don't jog on the pavement. When I do my box jumps, when I jump down from the box, I do try and land on something soft. I have a little soft pad that I try and land on. It's a bit hard because it's very easy to slip doing something like that. But that's where I'm at the moment. Things are generally pretty good. I remain COVID free, inshallah, and hopefully I will continue to do so. Peace be with you.